In this CORtracker overview, we'll be looking at the account page and functionality, as well as system documents. Let's go ahead and get started with Lightning Electronics. So this is the CORtracker account page. Starting from left to right, top to bottom, we view the account number, the account name, credit limit, outstanding balance. And to the right, if we wanted to edit any of the information on the account page, we'd click on the Edit pencil. An account relationship can either be in a customer, supplier, manufacturer. So it can be all three of these, or just one or the other. Account status, active. The drop-downs inside of the blue outline fields are editable. In the administration section, I'll cover that in a different overview. Customer currency, supplier status, supplier number, that's for your internal numbers. Terms, currency, default currency, ship method, billing address, 1, 2, country, city, state, province, VAT, it's required, and VAT number, phone numbers, business type, groups, and assign reps. So on the top half of the page here, you see all the information that we just viewed on the edit page. And clicking on the contacts tab will show you all the associated contacts with this account. By default, we only show you the active accounts. If there were any inactive contacts, we'd click on this link to view and show or hide. Documents, clicking on the document link. From this link, you can create a CRFQ, quote, sales order, SRFQ, or purchase order for that contact. Clicking on the contact name allows you to edit the contact. So you can change the salutation, first name, last name, set them as active or primary, phone information, IM client information. If this contact was a core web user, this is where you would set up the username, password, as well as access to various reports. And this is also where you would set a follow-up. And we'll click Save. Each of these headers is sortable. So as your contact list grows, sorting becomes a pretty handy function. And to the right of contacts are shipping addresses. You can have unlimited shipping addresses in the system. So clicking on the address name opens up the edit page. To the right of shipping addresses are the custom requests for quotes. And by default, we only show active. Let's go ahead and click on the show completed documents. And these are all of the active and completed documents for this customer. All headers are sortable again. So rec number of lines the rec has, if it has associated quote, the status, internal purchasing rep, date created, last updated, first part number, requested quantity, and requested price. On the bottom of each of these pages, we have totals. Total number of open and the currencies they were quoted in or created in, canceled, completed, and total value of no quotes. I'll move to the right, quotes tab. In each of these pages, the layout's pretty similar. But you'll notice when we went to the quotes tab, quotes is the first on the left, and if there are any associated recs with it, you see recs to the right. And we'll look at some of the completed ones. So these have a few associated sales orders. Sales order tab. And you notice we show the profit and sales orders in green. And on the sales order tab, sales order page, we've got a sales order, number of lines, quote, number of invoices, etc. And we can go to the invoice tab. Supplier request for quotes. If they had any broadcast supplier requests for quotes, they'd be here, and any purchase orders, they'd be here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the requirements page, and I'm going to go ahead and look at some completed documents and show you the linkages from customer rec to quote to sales order, purchase order, and all the way through. So starting with CRFQ 227. I just opened a new tab here. So you notice we named these tabs with a document name. And this is a CRFQ. So status is completed. On the left-hand side, we have customer information, currency, contact types, groups, terms, etc. And to the right is your company information and tools. So clicking on Copy Document would create a copy of the CRFQ, carry over all of the line information as well as customer information. External Print provides a print version, which can be faxed or copied, sent off to the customer. And Internal Print. And to the right, we've got an email envelope. So if I wanted to send this to more than one company contact, I can do that. I can also manually enter a new email address, separated with a semicolon or comma. CC, BCC, subject line, customer request for quote number, first part number, send as PDF, HTML, or plain text, include internal notes as an option, and comment signature. If I had a default signature set up for this user, that would automatically be populated with that signature. And down here, I can select the lines that I want to email out. This feature exists because sometimes you may have a rec that's 50 lines long, and you just want to email the customer out one line, just as an update. Let's go ahead and click Preview Email. And what I've done is create a PDF for the requirement, and that'll be sent off to the customer. Down below, Sales Site, Internal Sales Rep, created, Activity. Activity for all documents, and almost any activity in the system actually is logged. So the activity for this document is completed by date and timestamp, and then line edits and changes, the assigned purchase agent, and internal notes. Further down, we have the lines. So I'm going to expand these. And top of the line is just a summary of the total line information. The number on the right, number 5, represents the number of sources associated with this document. So on the left-hand side, we've got customer information. This is the customer details, what they wanted. And on the right-hand side are the sources. You notice we have these green tabs. The system does have a matching system. So starting at the top here, supplier, type of stock, the source type of stock, match 5 of 9. So there are 9 criteria, 9 attributes that could be matched. And this particular source matched 5, and we highlighted those sources here. And availability, 8,000 available, source quantities 500, cost, condition, packaging, lead time, etc. Next source is consignment, matching 5 of 9, and we show your split here. And another source, another 2. It looks like these are color-coded, and these color codes are administrable by you. So you can change these color codes as well as the supplier category, such as franchised, OEM. Also notice here in the bottom we show estimated profit and the different currency costs. And further down, we'll go to line 2, and looks like we've got an associated quote. And while we're here, let's go ahead and go to that. So just jump from a rec to a quote. And this is a similar layout as the CRFQ. Customer information on the left, copy document, external print, internal print, email. Internal notes are carried over. These are not editable once they're made. You can add more internal notes, but the ones that are entered, you cannot change those. Customer notes, a little different, you can. So I'm going to expand these lines again. And remember, this is a completed document. If this document was open or partially completed, you can then go in and make changes to the customer information. So from here, it looks like we've got a sales order that's associated with this quote. So let's move to the sales order. So you notice the string here we're creating. Rec to quote to sales order. And this sales order looks like it's completed partial. Additional information on the sales order. Left-hand side, customer information, your associated documents, contact, business type, billing address, ship or shipping address, freight insurance, ship method, customer PO, terms, outstanding balance, customer notes are carried over, and copy document, these tools on the right. From here, you can create a pro forma invoice, and we also offer 3 different footer types. So what this means is from the administration section, you can enter footer information as well as have an associated document that will go out when you email the document. Internal sales reps, specify commission if there were any, activity, purchase reps, internal notes, payment entries, customer calls up, gives you credit card number, check arrives, you can enter payment information in here, and that will deduct from the balance. Now further down, we'll go to the lines. I'll expand one of these lines. Status of this line is completed partial. Completed partial means we could have received something in partially, it could have shipped partially. We do have scheduled ship dates, scheduled ship quantities inside the system, and we can cover that when we actually go through or in the sales order overview So everything from the rec was carried over here on the left-hand side. And our sources, because this particular source type was stock, we now have a pick ticket. And further down, this source was an availability, so we have a PO. And it looks like the PO is also got an associated receiving document. And what I'll do now is jump to the pick ticket. It looks like we've got a pick ticket here with a status of open. So quantity to pick 500, quantity picked. Most scheduled ship dates in red. Looks like we've missed it. And purchase order. Got payment entries on the PO. Now, on the PO is a little different. On the left-hand side, details about the part we're going to buy. And on the right-hand side is the destination. So on the sales documents, it's the reverse. Customer information, where are the sources coming from? Purchase order document, receiving document, it's the opposite. So what are we buying and where's it going? So when it looks like this is got an associated sales order 135, that's our sales order back here. And status, scheduled ship date. Here's a receiving document, and let's go to our receiving ticket. This is what a receiving ticket looks like. So from the receiving ticket, you can enter additional information such as supplier invoices when they're received in, enter those quantities, values. We received in the sales order 135, destination quantity, we did not quarantine the product, and we'll cover all these details in the receiving overview. Document, download document, quality report. This is a new report, CORtracker 4.0, and when your warehouse is receiving things in, they can go through a series of questions and answers. And these are required. Close. From a receiving document, you can create a SRMA. Looks like we've got an SRMA here. And this is what an SRMA looks like. So the documents we've just covered, from a rec, quote, sales order, purchase order. We haven't covered BRSFQ yet, but we'll get to that. SRFQ, we looked at a pick ticket. Receiving ticket, we'll go to packaging ticket here in a sec, and we've looked at an SRMA. So remaining documents CORtracker contains are, again, BRSFQ, packaging, restock, invoice, CRMA, and credit memo. So let me go ahead and close a couple of these down here. So starting back with the rec. So let's jump back to Lightning Electronics. Let's jump to invoices. Notice we've got an invoice associated with the sales order we just left, 56. And let's take a look at an invoice. Customer information on the left-hand side, company information on the right-hand side. Here's your footers. You can email the invoice out, add your commissions here, ship costs, any miscellaneous charges, deductions. You can make payment entries, and I'll expand these. And line 1, and these are directly from the packaging ticket. So let's jump to a packaging ticket. And what this means is the cell quantity is 1,000, and these are the lines, like I said, pulled from the packaging ticket. Because each quantity can have a different manufacturer, different part number attributes, for example, and that's what these are represented from. As well as they can come from a different pick tickets or receiving tickets. So move from my invoice to a packaging ticket, and this is what a packaging ticket looks like. And these are warehouse documents, so if you're a salesperson, your eyes are probably glazing over. And this concludes the document overview. The remaining documents, plus the documents we just discussed, will have their own individual overview movies.